So now we have 4 5-gallon self-wicking tubs. What's up, guys? It's Peyton Fisher, and today my helper has decided to fall asleep. So we're gonna go ahead, get going, and making this happen. On today's show, we're going to make a 5-gallon wicking tub to be able to grow garden vegetables in. We've got enough materials to do 4 of these 5-gallon wicking buckets. We've got our bucket, we've got our drills, and we've got 4 different types of mulch that we're gonna give this a shot. We've got our cages, we've got our inside buckets, and our PVC pipe. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this bucket, this is the inside, and we're gonna put this right here so we can see right about where we need to drill that top hole inside of this. So we're gonna go ahead and put ourselves just a tiny bit lower than that because we want, on the inside, we want this one to be right above this one. So that way it creates a little bit of an air pocket. So we're gonna go ahead and drill right on this line here. And let's put 2 on the top here. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to allow water to come into the bucket here. The water will never go above this fill line. So that way the roots will never drown and the water will always seep out of this. So if you have this outside and you get a whole bunch of rain, it will fill up and then it will just drain out. Okay, because if the bucket fills all the way up, your plants are gonna die, they're gonna drown. What this is gonna do is when we put this in here, we're gonna have another little PVC in here, is it's going to allow us to water into the bottom of the bucket and for the water to seep up to this line, and it's called wicking the water up. That's what we want it to do, is to wick the water up to the roots to keep it nice and moist, but not overly wet. We now officially got ourselves the helper. What's up, boy? Baby T. I'm gonna match up every spot that I did on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the same exact spot. Go ahead and finish these up. Now the best part about this whole project is it only cost about 60 bucks to build 4 full of these. And you can see you don't have to be exactly precise on how you're putting these in. And now we need to find a drill bit that's gonna fit this. So I'm going to put this hole right at an angle, and I have already pre-cut my PVC at angles so that way when it sets in there, it allows the water to come out the bottom. You don't have to angle this on both sides. It just happened to that I cut up my pieces and every side was angled. And I'm also gonna make sure that I drill this in just enough to where I don't hit the edge. I'm gonna put it right here. This actually worked perfect because these lids are just a little bit loose on top. It actually just slid right in and made that a really, really nice hole. Depending on whether you get 3/4, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, it doesn't really matter the size. You just wanna make sure this seal is really tight so that way the dirt and mulch can't get inside of this bucket. First one done. Gotta make sure if you have a flat piece that you put that on the top. Let's go ahead and mix up our mulch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape on grow mulch, garden soil veggies, and a steer manure. When you put your bucket inside of here, that it's gonna sit right in the middle of the container. That way when we put our tomato cages here, when we strap these to the outside, it will allow the legs to go all the way to the bottom. And the reason why I'm only filling these halfway right now is this one, because it doesn't have nutrients already built into it. This one says it feeds up to 3 months. This one also says that it has vegetable and herbs, so this one is packed with nutrients and minerals already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some fertilizer in this one and in this one with just the cow manure. And then we have big tomato plants that we're planting in here, so these aren't little tiny baby startups. We're gonna go dig some out of the garden. See how I've got it inside of there to let this mulch go around the outside, and if you have to, just stop and work this out. Make sure it's all broken up. And you don't want just dirt in here, because if you do, it's gonna get super, super compact and tight, and we need that light and airy fluffiness, so that way when the water is on the bottom, it can wick that moisture up. And make sure you have that right in the middle there. So you can see that this actually has little pockets of fertilizers that it will disperse that once it gets wet. Purely just a cow manure. let's go ahead and grab the fertilizer. What I've got here is Eco Scraps. This is an organic gardening material. Now, is Miracle Grow organic? No, we're just going to do the best that we can with what we have. So I'm gonna put about 1/4 of a cup in here, just one good handful of a squeeze, and I'm gonna shake this around. I'm gonna mix that in just a little bit, because that's about how deep my roots are gonna be. Let's go ahead and get some of these tomatoes out of here. I'm bending these out just a little bit, so that way they're easier to stake in. We are gonna take some of this Dr. Q's. Gonna help with the transplant shock, stress plants, and it's gonna encourage all the new growth. We're not supposed to put it in there, okay? Okay, thank you. Numero 1, numero 2, numero 3, numero 4. So now we have 4 5-gallon self-wicking tubs here with 4 tomato plants. Super excited to see which soil grows the best. If you guys are also gonna be doing this, let me know, take a picture, email it to me, send it to me. I wanna see what you're doing. And if you have any other great ideas that you wanna see me do, let me know, I'll test it out and we'll make greatness happen. You guys have a fantastic day. Remember to click, subscribe, share, and go ahead and turn that notification bell up on, I think right here, and we'll get you some amazing more videos. You guys have a great day. See you on the next video.